Hi everybody, welcome to Willie's American Guitars. I want to tell you guys some secrets about buying vintage Fenders. So, buying vintage Fenders, you know, a lot of, we've been saying for a while, early 70s Gibsons, early 70s Fenders have been rising in value. For the past 3-4 years, we've been kind of saying, this is a good place to park some money. Even some of the more popular, like mid 70s Fenders are really holding their own. They represent great guitars. They've aged by now. The magnets have degaussed a bit, and that tends to make them sweeter in tone, and even the wood makes them a little more lively. They're just fun to play. It's great to play an old guitar. But you'll see in a lot of guitars, a lot of Fenders, there is a double string tree. See that? There's 2 string trees up in the headstock. And here is my little secret for you. If you really want it, you're going to spend more, but you can tell an older Fender right away, if it's 70s, single string tree. You can see that from across the room. So if you were to go into some place and be looking at an older Fender and they tell you it's a 74, but it has a single string tree, you know it was made before 1971. It's 1971 that they did a lot of changes. These changes were due, and gradually they did these changes trying to improve the downward pressure of the strings. Now, single string tree Strats, it's not just the string tree. Although it is graceful, it is a little more of a design ethos. But what you get, for instance, with a Strat is, you know, if it has a single string tree and the pickups are original, like this 1971 Strat, you can tell that the pickups are staggered, and those pickups are much preferred to the flat pole. And by staggered, you guys know this, the pole pieces stick up. And they're actually, on this guitar, they kind of curve to follow the curve of the board. But it's not just that, it's the magnets they use, it's how they wound them. I am playing through one of the new Fender reverb amps. They make this, and it says 64 custom on here. That word custom means it's a hand-wired amp. They make these amplifiers in a printed circuit board, and they're perfectly functional amplifiers. They'll do the job. But if you really want something that sounds like a pre-CBS amp, I am proud that Fender makes both a 64 custom Princeton reverb and a 64 custom deluxe reverb. We just got a couple in, and these are really great amplifiers. They are $3 grand. So that's what it takes to make a combo amplifier with reverb, and this little Princeton is just a sweetheart of an amp. I'm going to turn it up to about 4.5. This guitar, this 1971, and you can tell it's in early 70s, like I said, is all original, with the original pickups in it. It has the original 3-way switch in it. It's not been monkeyed with. It has a little bit of a ding up here near the nut, but it represents itself. If you compare this guitar right now at $59.95, it's a steal. Go look for another black maple board, just like Ritchie Blackmore, with a single string tree, and it's really a fantastic guitar. Now, there is an argument against the double string tree, and one of those is the way that if you're using a tremolo on a Strat and you're depressing the tremolo, you know your strings all go slack. They go slack up here too, and so when they come back, bye David, when they come back, they actually come back and rub over the nut. They also rub over the string tree. If you have another string tree here, when you do depress the tremolo, they come back and there's going to be friction, especially with the string tree here. You've got 1 or 2 wound strings, and as they go through the string tree, the windings of the string actually will catch in the string tree, and that provides friction, which can make the guitar go out of tune. If your nut's not cut correctly, come see us, and that too can provide friction. So the single string tree, besides being graceful, is also functional. So if you have a tremolo guitar, whether that's this is a custom shop Tele, but whether it's a Bigsby Tele or a Stratocaster, the string tree adds for that. There's other things about that from Fender, the way they manufactured stuff, the wood they choose. As Fender comes along later in the 70s, the tummy cut is less. The arm cut just gets gradually less and less. By 79, you can barely tell there's a tummy cut. Why? Because they're a corporation and they were rushing things along, and it's always about saving money, saving money, saving money, and all those little increments that they did add up to an inferior guitar. You can get a better deal on a late 70s Strat, but these Strats like this with the staggered pickups, they're fantastic guitars. Again, I want to try to show you this. This came in, it's a 71 single string tree. You can always see if there's another string tree in there, there's a hole there, but a single string tree Tele is in high demand, and you'll get more out of a single string tree Telecaster than you will out of a later 70s. And that's all 1971. Mid-1971, and so by 72 they did have the double string tree. This Telecaster is relatively light. This Telecaster 71, it's coming in, it'll be on our website by the time you see this video. This one has had all the finish rubbed off the neck, so that finish gets a little glossy. This is gone, fresh fret. Now you hear that? There's a lot more power there. I haven't touched the amplifier, yet compared to the Strat. The Telecaster pickup is broader. There's more room for more windings. They tend to be a little beefier, even though they're known to be bright, and they are. They're a Fender. Pickup is quite a bit less than the Stratocaster in width, and there's less room for less windings, and that's the point. That pickup in this position, you are down some, you turn it to 10 and lower output is very useful in a bandstand situation, and this guitar just came in. This guitar has a route underneath here, and the finish has been stripped, and that lowers the price. You normally see these for $65,700 in clean original condition. This is going to make this guitar under $5,000, and it's really just an exceptional guitar tone-wise because of the big frets, and because it's a single string tree like this one is really cool. The other thing that happened is a lot of the models in 71, late 71, got a 3-bolt neck. All the upper end models, while the lowly Telecaster kept its 4-bolt neck just because they didn't want to screw around with it. This was the modern thing. Leo Fender himself invented the 3-bolt neck. Not all of them are great. This one is. Some of the mid to late 70s 3-bolts are just okay. And that's not to say they're all bad. There is some really great guitars in that batch, and this guitar in particular, to us, represents a real bargain because it has staggered magnet pickups. It's the original 3-way switch. It's the original color. It's not heavy. It plays fantastically, and really these older pickups sound fantastic. And this one has some real growl and real great frets. because they've been refretted. And yes, you are welcome, because you didn't have to make the call. It was done for you before you bought the guitar, and you go look at that on our website right now. And I will see you all again in the next video. Thanks for tuning in.